All right, I'm going to give you a tour of our Sprinter Sportsmobile 4x4 3500 van that is for sale. And let's go inside first, and then we'll walk around the outside. So as we're going in, this has the AMP Research retractable step, which, because this is pretty high, is really helpful. So they retract automatically when the door closes. So for me, very helpful. Otherwise, it would be a lot of work getting in and out. Okay, so front of the van, it has, well, I'll make a list, but there's all the kind of Mercedes safety stuff. Options are all on this van. We also added this Kenwood stereo backup camera Apple Play situation, and there'll be more about that. We designed this van to be able to travel with for a pretty long period of time and be comfortable, and that meant like really focusing on the storage, really thinking about all the trade-offs, and we're really happy with it. So it does have a bathroom. It has a pretty large isotherm fridge, which has a little freezer. That's worked out really well. There's a lot of storage areas for food. This cabinet was a major thing that we figured out. Shoes go on the bottom. We added these storage bins, so we can really store a lot of dry storage food in there. All the rest of the kitchen stuff fits in these drawers. Sportsmobile builds these things really nicely. I think they're just really sturdy, and they also line all the storage with this kind of, it's almost like a carpet kind of material that is just really protective and keeps everything quiet. So it's held up really well. I'm really happy with how we designed that. There's also this kind of pull-out storage here. You can't fit a ton of things in there, but it's been helpful for things we don't need as much. All right, so kitchen area. We've got a flip-up counter here. We redid this counter. It's not the stock Sportsmobile one. We really wanted to have a little bit of warm the thing up instead of have the white solid surface countertop. We added this walnut and this walnut back panel too. It was fabric back there before, so this has worked good. I just kind of oil it every once in a while. It holds up really well. We opted out of having a stove or anything like that. We've always done it in our build outs, just a portable stove, because we like to bring it outside, and it is really nice to have this extra space when you want it, and just have a nice surface area. So that works really well for us. Also, the fuel on this is a standard small portable propane, the same as we use on our grill. So we have like one fuel source, and that works really well. This also is right below this window, and so you can vent. You can use it indoors and feel good about the air ventilation there. You can also turn on the fan up there when you're cooking. All right, so a lot of other storage all around. We got like as much storage as we could, so we use clothes in the back. We have food storage here. There is under here there's an S-bar diesel heater, which is a really kind of it's kind of luxurious in a lot of ways, that we have this heat and hot water running off the diesel fuel, so we don't need extra propane for that. Our water tank is back here, so there's not a lot of extra storage in this seat, but these under the seat on this side, there's two bins, really a lot of storage in there. We keep the bedding down there. So this folds down into a almost king-size bed, which is, you know, to us it was really important to be able to have this flexibility. So we don't have that big garage thing that some of these build outs have. Instead, we have this really nice area that we can spend time in the van if the weather isn't good, and that was important to us. And sometimes we leave the bed down all the time. A lot of times we take it up daily. Depends on who's on the trip and what we're doing. There's some added stuff here that can come off or stay. We added these walls to this wall to the build. I guess this wall was going to be here because of the bathroom, but it really kind of divides off the sleeping from the kitchen area, and it's kind of a big deal because we had another build out where it's like things would kind of fall off here right onto your bed, which was not good. So it also gives you this area to put a little more storage. Yep, so the back doors open as well when you open up the Aluminess boxes on the back. There are speakers that connect to the system in the front. You can fit a very long fishing pole. And let's see, these are the controls to the S-bar, heater, hot water, and these are the controls to the solar and the inverter. And we have a full bathroom. Bathroom was important to us. I know it's not important to everybody. To us, it just was. But we tried to make this really super functional. There's a lot of storage. We keep a lot of, towels, and there's actually a laundry bag that fits back there, and all cleaning supplies in here. This is a Nature's Head composting toilet. Sportsmobile installed it, so it's installed properly. It vents through this tube, which is why it works so well, is that venting. So it's wired in, and there's always a little fan going. It's worked really, really well for us. So we use it quite a bit. And we shower very seldom in here. We usually just shower elsewhere when we're traveling, but we've used it a few times. It works well. But you do have to take all the things you're storing out of there, obviously, or they will get wet. Another interesting modification is this is where the microwave goes. That was the cooking source to make this an official RVIA vehicle. We removed it and no longer have it, but you could put a small microwave in, and the plug is there, and it vents out right there. There's a little grate you can put on there. We found it more useful as a technology cabinet because it had that power. We're able to kind of charge all our things while we're driving, leave the inverter on during the day. Laptops fit in here, and we padded that and keep your drones, cameras, all that stuff kind of safe out of the way and charging. Yeah, so what else is there in this? That's the fuse panel there, and more storage under this. I've added these little things which seem kind of silly but are really important. Catch-all bin. Don't know how anybody lives without one, but pens, headlamps, stuff like that you use all the time, and all of us use. Keep it all in there. So there's a lot of LED lights in here. These guys you push like that. There's more on the ceiling. There's some outdoors. There's a porch light. Really, everything we've ever wanted to live is in this van. So let's do a tour of the outside. Okay, so outside tour of the van. So this van is a 4x4 Sprinter 3500, which means it's got the dualies on the back, which you need when you have this vehicle built out this way to carry the weight that it does. This suspension on the van has been upgraded by Agile Offroad, which is a big improvement. It drives nicer on the highway and off the highway. Better stability. It also lifts it up slightly higher, which is kind of nice. We've got a lot of extra stuff on the back, which has made this whole rig work really well for us. That aluminous box stores a lot of things that shouldn't be stored inside, tools, grills, stuff like that. 2 bikes fit really nicely on the one-up racks. And if you had hookups at a campsite, you could put the power in and the water in. We never do that, but it's possible because you just really don't need to with this. We've got solar panels on top of the Alu-Cab rooftop tent. That rooftop tent is really cool. You can fit, it's got like a full-size bed in it. It's beautiful up there. Probably not good for little kids because it's a long way down, but our son started sleeping up there when he was 15 and was really happy to not be sleeping in the van with us anymore. It worked out great. Yeah, that's the basics of the van. You can store a lot more things on that rack than we have up there. We have 1 box up there, but the solar panels are on top of the Alu-Cab tent, so there's a lot of room there.